Hey everyone, it's Moonbow here, coming at you with the second episode of Suggested Creations. This time, of course, it is the V-22 Osprey. This thing was a lot of fun to make. I'm excited to include the download for you guys, and you guys will get a chance to fly it. Maybe you guys can let me know what you think of it. There's a learning curve. I'd almost say you almost need like a pilot's license to fly this thing. Just kidding. So a special thanks though goes to Camodo Gaming. It was his suggestion, and he picked a really good one. I'd like to thank him as well for featuring the Chinook. I'm sure much of you have come from that video, and are probably hoping to see some good scrap mechanics. So I'm excited to be able to maybe take your guys' suggestions even further and keep on making videos, and the scrap mechanicking will never end. So thank you to you guys. I'm at 95 subscribers. I hope you guys enjoy the videos. And if you like it, then let me know, and I can keep on making more and more stuff. So without any more delay, here it is, the V-22 Osprey. It's a big one. It's a huge craft. It flies really well, of course. It took me a bit of tweaking once I had the entire structure built. Maybe just adding details, and stuff like that. But ultimately, I'm really happy with the whole turnout, the way it flies, and the look of it, actually. Oh, fall off the stage there. So, I have this side cargo door here. You can get in and out. Works well. You have to just crouch your way in. This is the spider web, as it were. So there's loads of buttons. There's tons of buttons. I think there's really like 15 buttons in total, spanning across the two chairs. You need a co-pilot in this thing, not to fly it and have some fun with it, but if you want to get fully immersed into this craft, you need a partner to fly with you, and you guys can, share in the massive amounts of fun that is this Osprey. There's a few things I really want to show you guys, so I'm going to move quickly here because I only have so much time. So as you can see, I have the foot pedal here. You can easily hop your way in. I'm getting some frame rate loss from recording, and you just close that down. So here's the cockpit. Like I said, loads of buttons, tons of buttons. I don't even know what's going on here anymore. Sometimes if you want to change something, you have to kind of like follow the maze and find your way to the start. But as many buttons as there are, you'll be surprised at how easy it'll be to fly once you guys give it a shot, or if you give it a shot. So as you can see, I got my landing gear visible here. You can see there's landing gear there and there. Just to show, I don't want to accidentally delete these kind of things, right? So I put them in and make them stand out, make them kind of unique, so it's not like, oh, maybe I want to tweak this area here and change the look, but I know not to touch this. So I got kind of like a crew sitting area here, cup holders even, so they can sit here. You can have lots of fun with this airplane with a bunch of your friends, even if you want to. It's loads of seats, and you even have the seats here for the drop-off people. So kind of like an arrow scheme going on here. And then there's like the main button here. So first thing to note, this back gate is controlled by the passenger seat. So that's one feature that's passenger related. Another feature passenger related. It controls both doors as well, so that's why I tend to use the side door here that's not this one, just the one next to it, because you can close it from the inside no problem, and you don't have to get into this seat to close it, because really the button is accessed down below there, as you can see. So if you had a co-pilot, they would of course have the courtesy to shut the doors for you. Another feature to note as well actually is this arm that extends out in the front here. You just press number 3 and this arm comes out. So what that allows you to do is, it's pretty much the only way to get on top of the entire thing. So right here you jump up and you can get all the way to the top of the airplane slash helicopter. as while I'm up here, I'll show you guys this locking mechanism. So right here, um, the Osprey's propeller system, of course, tilts up and down. I couldn't fold the blades. I thought of a few different ways that I could have maybe folded the blades, but there's no true consistency necessarily when it's not on the lift, right? These spin, so when they're spinning, I couldn't make it so that they would all just go back the same way every time. But I was able to make this locking mechanism right here that actually goes in, as you can see right here. It slides in and out as it changes positions, and you get to really, have confidence that these aren't going to screw up. All the way back to the tail here. So that's from the top. So I just have to put that back in. Shut the doors. And now I'm back inside. So of course the passenger opens the back gate there, as you can see. And it also has access to the side door as well. So you can do a few things from the passenger seat. It's more of like a utility seat than anything, but the real magic happens in the driver's seat here. So I'll give you guys like a crash course lesson on how to fly it and what all the buttons do real quick. So you press 1 and that gets your blades spinning. And once your blades kind of pick up enough speed, they've maxed out on their speed, then you're pretty much safe to press 2. And so 2 will just bring you up nice and slowly. As you can see, it's very, very, very slow. And you press 9, that'll bring your landing gear in, so that way, you just kind of become a little more aerodynamic in appearance. So 9 is your landing gear. And then going down the line from 9, so 9 is landing gear, and of course 8 is that locking mechanism and blade turn. So as you can see, I press 8, and after a delay there, the blades change positions, and now you're in airplane mode. So it's very important. In the description, I will talk a bit more about these specifics when it comes to the different positions of those blades and how it affects your flying and the ways that you have to deal with that. Not necessarily in a bad way, just the fact that it truly does change its flying capabilities from one mode to the other. So I'm going to put those blades back up to keep showing you guys the button scheme. Alright, so back into helicopter mode now. It's really important to note that in helicopter mode, you do fly with a lot more precision. In this case here, so 6 and 7 are your roll stabilizers. So if I press 6, I roll left. If I press 7, I roll right. And so you can see it's a very quick roll. It goes back and forth very quickly, and it doesn't take much effort to go back and forth in that way. Going down the line again now, so that was 6 and 7. Number 5, I'm not pressing it right now. So number 5, this is your forward thrust, so you press that, and there you go, you start going forward. I'm not going to just move ahead just yet. I'll show you all in conjunction in a second here. So, I forgot 0 actually. 0. So 0 is the kind of like the boost. So it depends on your propeller mode, if you're in helicopter mode or airplane mode, what it does in a sense. So in this mode here, in helicopter mode, when I press 0, I will get an upward boost. As you can see, I'm going up much faster now, and I let go of that, and I'll slow back down again. And that's 4 there. Whoop. Get off of that. Alright, so going down the line from 5 now, which is your forward thrust, you go to 4 and 3. So 4 and 3 are essentially your forward and backwards tilt. So see, I'm pressing 4 now, and it brings the entire nose down like that. And if I press 3, it'll turn the nose back the other way. So you can control the entire plane like this, really. But of course I did add the steering to the A and D keys as well with sensors and thrusters. So the way that works basically is it turns a little column that activates sensors, which will then activate your thrusters, which give you the steering. So I'll show you guys that here once I stabilize it. Alright, so there you go. So now, in conjunction with your tilt, so your 6 and 7, you press A and D, and you can turn the craft. As long as you turn and then hit the opposite thruster, you'll basically just turn on a flat plane, which is very nice. So anyway, that's pretty much all the buttons. Like I said, 1 and 2 are your up and down thrust. 3 and 4 back and forward tilt. 6 and 7 are your side to side stabilizers, and of course 9 is your landing gear. 0 is the boost, which in this case boosts me up, and when I change my propeller mode, it'll boost me forward. So now I'll just give you guys a little idea of what it looks like when it's flying. So now in airplane mode, it's a lot more difficult for 6 and 7 to really tilt you. As you can see, it doesn't really tilt anymore in that sense. It more so just steers your nose in conjunction with A and D. So as you can see, I'm just turning my nose at this point. So what's really important to do when you're turning your nose is using 3 and 4 to bring your tail up and down. And then that way it'll keep you from sliding out. And now, of course, in this case here, now that I'm in airplane mode, pressing 0 instead of thrusting me upward will now help thrust me forward. And that's in conjunction with number 5. So as you can see, you get these really nice rolling turns. And it just flies like a plane. So I'll take it over the map one more time here, just so you guys get an idea of the plane mode and how it steers itself, basically. I mean, you have a lot of time to react to the changes in the way it's flying, you know. If you want to go fast, you just have to remember to keep your nose down. If you keep your nose down, you'll go fast and you won't go too high up into the sky. Because as you can see, the natural tilt kind of wants to lean it back a bit. And so you can always level back off at 3. So how about I'll land it right back onto that pad there, actually. So of course, for added stability, when you're coming in for a landing, you always want to get your get your wings back set to the helicopter mode so you can steer this thing very easily. Don't forget to get your landing gear back out. And it takes practice, of course, to fly this. I've been practicing a pretty decent amount, so I have a great idea. I mean, since I made it as well, it gives me a bit of an advantage as well. So there we go. There you have it, guys. It's the V-22 Osprey in Scrap Mechanics. So, if you guys want to see more, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and you guys can definitely suggest anything you want, and I will try my best to make it, and I will let you guys know ahead of time how it's coming along, and give you guys updates on what I'm going to be making. So, thanks for checking out the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.